I know this is a lot, but it helps. By the way, shout out to my boy Michael G. Let's go.
Initiating.
It is Tuesday, and in this vlog I want to talk about my strap system, aka my weightlifting approach. Yesterday I did another weightlifting update, and these usually take long, so I thought it would be a good idea to talk about all of that in a different vlog. So let's get right to it. A few weeks ago I bought the steel, and then I talked about my lost gains and flexibility rip, and that was basically the first weightlifting update. 38 kilograms bench press. Yo, what? Squatting already with the strap system, but as you can see I'm not really getting low, and there we go, a 58 kilogram deadlift. It's cute. What am I doing? Oh, that is bad. Prone grip is way safer. Short side note right there, I came up with this system so that I don't need a spotter and to be able to train safe alone. It's a bit weird and there is a certain swing to it, but once you get adapted to it, and it's not really that hard, I think the pros overweigh the cons. Here I have my first weightlifting update. There we go with the bench press. 42 kilograms right there. I'm still doing the 10 times 3. By now I do 5 times 5. Back then I started to use plates and, well, to make me get lower basically. As you can see, that's the full length of one strap. My new approach is to wrap it around 2 times. This will make it shorter so that I don't need plates any longer. And yeah, deadlift same as always. Let's actually go back to this video, noob tries pull-ups and dips. That's where the feedback started, and obviously this grip is way too far. It's clear to see on the video, so that was pretty obvious. So let's check the first feedback. I would advise you to put your hands a bit closer together when doing pull-ups. Yes, the wrists are awkward angle, definitely. Also try pulling your shoulder blades together before pulling yourself up. This will activate your lats more instead of your biceps. It looks kind of weird. That's for sure. Should be better now. Next up is a weightlifting update. Let's get right to the comment, and yeah, it's pretty long. If you're interested in this update, check it out. And in this update I said, well, I'm almost passing out after every set. 10 reps is a lot. 5 times 5 is definitely more comfortable. And he said, no, almost passing out during sets is not normal. Either you're breathing not properly or your blood circulation sucks. Reading skills. Try to focus a bit more on inhaling or try doing some cardio. I read about it and it's a thing, like getting lightheaded while passing out, yeah, well. Also back then I definitely was not breathing properly, so that's a thing I'm working on. I don't think my blood circulation is a problem, and I also won't do cardio, so that would be stupid. In my case, I need all them nutrients for building muscles, so if I would burn them calories, it would be a bad thing for me. I'm sure about that. Getting to this bench press, when your shoulder hurts, stop, you're doing something wrong. Talking about an impingement, and I already solved this issue as well. I was bench pressing in a guillotine style, so all that I had to do was to lower my elbows to like a 45-degree-ish angle and pull it like, well, press it like so. Your setup has pros and cons. It's nice that you can work out alone without a spotter. But since you drop the weights to the ground every time, you're losing all the tension on your muscles, and you usually do that only when deadlifting. Which is, well, it was true. As you saw, there is a massive rest in between the reps. That's sad. I fixed that as well. Now I'm only slightly touching the ground to get that full range of motion. Also because of your setup, you won't get the full range of motion, especially when squatting. True, I'm working on that. If you can get your upper legs down so that they are parallel to the ground, you will only train the front of your legs and the back will be lagging behind, which can lead to knee problems. Yesterday I showed you the new approach with the bench, and I'm definitely getting parallel, but it's still not a proper form whatsoever because my hamstrings are too short. I need to stretch. I'm working on that, but I think I'm on a good way. Let's move on. The weights swing a lot because of your setup. This can be great training for your stabilizers, but if you do this with your normal training weight and you can control it well enough, you are more likely to injure yourself. That's true, but I think I'm in good control by now. Try arching your back a bit more and pull up your shoulders back when you're doing deadlifts. I know this is a lot, but it helps. By the way, shout out to my boy Michael G. Let's go. Thanks for the feedback. It's definitely appreciated. Let's take a look at them deadlifts. Yep, it's almost a bit rounded. It's So this time was good, but yeah, and the shoulders, that's pretty round right there. Lift the shoulders back. Okay, I definitely need to work on my deadlift form as well. My response was pretty much the same what I already told you. Bench press issue with the elbow angle. I actually made a separate video on my bench press. Check it out right here, fixing my bench press. Oh yeah, dampening system for the weights, haven't done that. It's not that necessary though. We're talking about the swing and the control, about passing out. If you deprive your brain from oxygen, you will get lightheaded, of course. Try inhaling when dropping and exhaling when you lift. Yeah, that was definitely a problem. I was pretty much holding my breath. That's way better now. Having your arms at 90 degrees will definitely mess up your shoulders. Okay, for sure. And he actually said 45 degrees. I read about like 70 degrees, but I'm probably more like that range right there. Oh, he already said instead of standing on higher plates, try to shortening the straps, lift the weight off the plates. That would be very difficult. I definitely shortened the straps, but just a tiny bit so that I'm able to remove the plates. Is he actually suggesting to lift the plates off the plates? Okay, whatever. Wouldn't make much sense. So let's just skip that. Fixing my bench press looks better. You probably saw it yourself. Yes, I did. Well, but you're not gripping the bar in the same spots. I actually did not see that. I recommend you mark the spot on both sides and grip in the same place every time. If you're going for hypertrophy, you should use a weight with which you fail to do reps after 45 to 60 seconds. Reps should take around 4 seconds. Doing 5 reps and then doing 5 more reps with a pause is not the same as doing 10 in a row. Keep that in mind. Yes, true. Well, as I said, I'm doing 5 times 5. And I freaking love it. 5 times 5 is some sort of a hybrid between hypertrophy and strength, but it's so much better, especially from a mental standpoint. When you come from 10 reps or like I did 14 previously, I don't know, something like that. 5 is just so easy. It's just 5 reps, and so far I really like it. The problem is that it's a really long workout. You have a rather long rest because you have 5 sets and 4 rests. And I usually rest between 3 to 5 minutes, so that's crazy. But other than that, it's really nice. What I forgot to mention the last time is that if you're doing deadlift, just put the weight on the bar. Okay, I can't do that. The bar is way too thick. You don't need a fail-safe right there. You just need to come up with something to keep the weights in place. In my reply to this, I already mentioned the thickness of the bar, so I can't do that, but I don't have a problem when it gets to deadlifts. I have no balance problem whatsoever. I do have slight problems from time to time when it gets to squats, so that's a thing, that's definitely a thing, but deadlifts is, I don't know, like, I never had a problem, so I will just keep it like it is. Okay, again, if you don't grab the bar in the same spots, one side will have to do more work than the other. Not only will this cause one side, well, this side to fatigue faster, but in a long time can lead to muscle imbalances. That is definitely a thing that I need to keep in mind. The positioning is definitely not perfect. It's definitely not like exact. I just don't think that it's that big of a problem, but time will tell. Moving on to my DIY 20 kilograms Olympic weightlifting bar, and right there testing it. As you can see, that was the first time with the new bar, and I was adapting to the swing. That was pretty insane, but as expected, this bar is actually easier to control than the other one. In this video, I talked about the deadlift and that it's pretty much impossible with, you know, heavy weights. I could have told you that you will have problems when gripping a bar like that. It seems really thick and tape surface is probably rather smooth. Yes, it is. If you're doing like that, doing bench, you have to be really careful or you will get hurt again. I recommend going down with the weight a bit until you can control it properly, which I did. And when doing deadlifts, focus on not rounding your back or you will be hurt in no time. Yo, that is exactly the plan. Let's see where this will get me. Hopefully not hospitalized, yeah. And to recap everything, as you saw in my last vlog, I'm pretty comfortable with my system and I also believe in my system. I can easily max out with the bench press without having a fear of the weight crushing me, so that is amazing. But when it gets to my forms, I definitely need to work on that. I think my bench press is the only thing that's, you know, fairly acceptable by now. At deadlifts, you know, my back is definitely a problem. I also should try, you know, the shoulder trick, and don't even get me started with the squats. It's crazy. But again, I will totally work on that. Need to stretch more for the squats to get a proper form. Squats are freaking difficult, but all in all, for now I will just keep it as it is, stack up some weights, and I will probably go for another weightlifting update when I hit a 60, maybe 65 kilogram bench press. So this will probably take me a bit of time. And again, all in all, I'm very thankful and very glad for all the feedback. I usually can tell a lot of stuff from just, you know, filming. It usually gives me good indications of my form and stuff, but there are things that I don't even think about, especially the position when it gets to bench press and stuff. So I will definitely need to pay more attention to this. And I also realized that, you know, this video does not really explain my strap system that well, so I might get to another strap system video and talk more about that, you know, down in the studio. Again, it's for safe training alone. I usually train alone because, you know, I don't have the time to go somewhere, meet up with guys or something like that. I just want it to be efficient and fast. In between the sets, I usually do something productive as well, like I prepare shirts or stuff like that. So there are a lot of pros for me. There are, of course, a few cons, but so far, I think I worked them out pretty perfectly. Let's hope I won't get injured the next weeks. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for good muscle growth. I can definitely already feel great improvements when it gets to tricking, so that's something. But anyways, enough progress for today. Smash that like the way I will smash all my trainings, hopefully, in the next weeks. Bang the bell like crap. Check out the recent news on ChrisViral.com. Dang it, I should definitely write more news. And well, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.